which is a lovely thing, boys, when you're getting ready to get married. Found this girl you love. I mean, this is it. She's the one you want to marry. All those other girls, that was just messing around. This is the real thing. Pull out that diamond, look her in the eyes. If you're really cool, guys, you get on your knees. You say, marry me. By the way, I've got genital warts. You'll get it too, and we'll both be treated for the rest of our lives. In fact, you'll probably end up with a radical hysterectomy, cervical cancer, and possibly death. But marry me. Well, thanks for sharing. Isn't that what you want to hear when you're getting married, girl? Awesome. HPV, genital warts, syphilis, gonorrhea, herpes, chlamydia, trichomonas, vulvodynia, arthritis, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, HIV, list goes on and on and on. These are serious diseases. They have serious consequences. AIDS is not the only disease out there, and it is certainly not the only disease that's killing people. And yet we still have students who actually think, well, if I don't get pregnant or I don't get AIDS, well, then I don't have anything to worry about. I'm fine then. No way. No way. Chlamydia, one of the most common diseases among the students that are listening and who are here tonight, is chlamydia. This is a bacteria, not a virus, easily treated and easily cured. If we knew you had it, we could help you. About 2 days to 7 days worth of antibiotics, we can wipe this out. 2 types of STD, students. If you have not yet had biology, or if you flunked, pay attention. You get a better grade on your test next time. 2 types of STDs, bacterial and viral. A bacterial disease is curable. Medication we can give you, we can take care of that. A virus is not. You get a virus, you've got it for life. There is no cure. We've never in the history of the world cured a virus. Chlamydia is not a virus. It's a bacteria. It's curable. So what's the big deal? I'll tell you what the big deal is. 90% of the students here who have chlamydia, there are no symptoms. You can't treat a disease you don't know you have. We got thousands of teens out there having sex going, well, it's not bothering me, see, because I've had sex, but I don't have a disease, never been tested, certainly not in the last 3 weeks, but I know I don't have anything. How in the world would you know that? Let me tell you something's pretty safe to say I know about you. If there's a student in here tonight who's had sex, let me tell you something I know about you. It's true of students all over the world. It's no different here. You actually believe that if you get up the next morning and herpes isn't tattooed to your forehead, you don't have a disease. I mean, if I can't see it, feel it, or touch it, I don't have it. Pam, if I had a disease, I would know. My nose would turn purple, my ears would be red, something would burn. I would know. No, you would not. The only way you'd know is if you got tested. Students don't get tested because you think it's not going to happen to you, and you actually think if you don't feel sick, you're not sick. You think you'd know. I was in Indianapolis in the RCA Dome where the Colts play football. We had 40,000 teenagers that Saturday morning. And anytime I speak in stadiums like that, I have about 1,000 kids rush the stage going, Pam, you need to come to my high school? When can you get to my school? We had 8 girls pregnant. We have the highest pregnancy rate in the county. But I don't know anyone at my school who's got a disease. Really? First of all, your friends aren't getting tested. And even if they were, do you think they'd tell you? Do you? Hey, girls, went to the doctor yesterday, found out I had herpes. Tell everybody by lunch. I'd like the whole school to know by the end of the day. Maybe we could put it on the announcements at your school. This would be awesome. Every Monday morning, the following students contracted an STD over the weekend. They are. I mean, that would be helpful. Then we went on. What did you think, girls? Do you think you're going to show up the Monday after homecoming, walk the hallways of the school, and go, purple nose? Did you see his nose, girls? He did not have that last Friday. Don't touch him. Herpes. I saw his nose. Think you would know sitting in here has an STD? Because 1 out of 4 of you do. Think you'd know? There's no way you'd know. American Medical Association releases a bulletin every year. They say this. Every teenage girl who has had sex must be screened for chlamydia every 6 months. Every teenage girl who has had sex must be screened for chlamydia every 6 months. Why did the doctors say girls? Why didn't they say all teenagers who've had sex should be tested? Don't boys get this? Sure they do. Who do you think you're getting from? Okay. Boys and girls both get this, give it to each other. So why would we say only girls should get tested? I'll tell you, girls, listen up. Ladies, you contract chlamydia 1 time in your lifetime, cured or not, and there is about a 25% chance that you will be sterile for the rest of your life. You get it twice, it jumps to about 50%. Each subsequent infection with this bacterial infection increases your risk astronomically of being completely infertile. We've literally got hundreds of thousands of women entering their mid-20s, early 30s saying, I'd like to have a child now. I'm married, have a college education, got a great job, finally found a good guy, done with all the messing around I did in high school and college. Now I want to be a mom. They try, they can't get pregnant. They go running to a doctor, he checks and says, my goodness, you've got all the scar tissue in your fallopian tubes, your ovaries, your uterus. You have pelvic inflammatory disease, PID. You had chlamydia or gonorrhea when you were a teenager or a college student. What? I had what? I had a sexually transmitted disease? How could I have had that? I didn't know. It's too late, girls. Sorry. It's too late. Girls, can I love you just a minute? I need the girls in here to hear me. Girls, that boy can dump you, break up with you, leave your school, go to college, meet another girl, marry her, and have a family. This is absolutely not going to hurt him. Ladies, you're scarred for life. You have more to lose, girls. Please don't miss this. I'm really sorry. Life's not fair. Girls, we're going to pay a higher price physically every single time. Of the 30 sexually transmitted diseases, 26 of them primarily damage women. The other 4 damage both. Fair? Girls, I wish I could make stuff up for boys. You know, things are going to turn green, fall off. If I could make it up, I would. That would be lying and untruthful. Have to be honest, girls, we're going to pay a higher price. And I know you think it's not fair, but in case you missed this in 6th grade human reproduction and anatomy, we're different. Boys' and girls' bodies are not this. Some of you are looking confused. You're scaring me. Were you all well aware of that? Didn't need the PowerPoint. Very good. Ladies, we all have an open sexual system. The guys in here all have closed sexual systems. Girls, we are easier to infect and easier to damage. It is the way we're made. Girls, we have to release an egg from an ovary that has to make its way through a fallopian tube that cannot be scarred in any way. If that takes place and conception takes place, the conceived egg now is to attach itself to your uterine wall. There can be no infection or scarring of your uterus. So if nutrients needs baby girls for 9 months, you deliver. I practiced that. He produces sperm. Big deal. It's not that hard. Okay, girls, your system is just a little more complicated. It's the way you're made. Now the boys are getting ticked at me. Some of them, you were liking me a minute ago, and now they're looking at me. Well, that's tough. Well, you think that sperm thing's so easy? You just try that then. See, they let a woman speaker get up and talk about sex, and she's just dissing men. What's wrong with you? Some kind of feminazi or something? Don't you like men? I like men. I married one. I have 2 boys. My oldest son is 19. He's a great kid. You know, I get so ticked off when I travel around and I just listen to teachers and principals and coaches say stuff like this. Well, boys will be boys. I get really ticked off when I hear teenage girls say it. All boys want sex. They're all disrespectful. Please, I have taught my son to respect women. If he does not, I will kill him. Those are his options. And because I am not the only mother in this nation who has taught her son what it means to respect women, I'm about to say something really nice about a lot of these young men right here. So I don't want any guys with selective hearing. They'll be, at lunch later going, well, she's beating up on men. That speaker told you, hates men. Pay attention. Girls, I've traveled this country. I've been in towns, cities, schools all over this nation. And every school I've been in, and yours is no different, I know that sitting here today are young men with integrity. Boys with character. Girls, boys who do care about you. The kind of boy, if you were to date him, would look at you and say, I do love you, and you matter. And I might be able to walk away from sex with you without permanent damage, but you might not. And because I love you so much, because you matter so much, I would never ask you to put your life on the line, your ability to have children, your future, your self-respect on the line to meet my momentary need. I would never pressure, demand, hurt, take, and walk. I care too much about you for that. There are boys with that kind of integrity, girls. I married one. Unfortunately, it's just a small word of warning, especially for our 9th grade girls who will date anything that walks. And you know who you are. Is he walking and breathing? I'll date him. That seems to be your big criteria. Which is why you should not be dating at all. There is no one under the age of 16 within the sound of my voice who should be dating ever, ever, ever for any reason. You can write me and argue me about it. I'm right. You're brain damaged. It gets better. And we can usually tell who those 9th grade girls are who will date anything that will, because they're dating senior boys who can't get a girl their own age to touch them with a 10-foot pole. No one my age will date me. Some freshman will be stupid enough to do that.